What's up, everybody? I'm Avis Quinn, and finally I can get this video posted for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Alliance quests. I've had a couple of requests to talk about the Alliance quests, what they are, how they work, stuff like that. So we're going to get into the Alliance quest right now. So right now, my Alliance and I are actually doing a quest that I don't think we're going to be able to beat because it's a little above our ability. So, an Alliance quest is just like a regular quest in the game. When you start the Alliance quest, what you see here is you've got Battle Group 1, Battle Group 2, Battle Group 3. And that means you can have 10 people playing one Alliance quest at a time. And to access these Alliance quests, go to Alliance, go to Treasury, and here you see, to access Alliance quests, you need to donate gold, battle chips, and I guess Alliance tokens or whatever. I actually have no idea what those things are. Loyalty. Okay, loyalty, that's what they are. So you need to donate loyalty, battle chips, and gold. And right now, I guess battle chips are deactivated or turned off because there's no Alliance quest that uses them. Or there might be, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So anyway, once you donate enough, you get this screen here. Now, if you hit history, you can view your previous quests that you've done throughout your history. And we did learning the ropes before we started the barricade. The reason I jumped from learning the ropes to barricade is because the two in between we've already beaten. So I went ahead and I was just like, well, let's try barricade to see. But barricade is far more difficult than I was expecting. So the next thing that you got here is your prestige. And prestige is just a fancy way of saying how good are you based on the size and the strength of your alliance. And then what your alliance ranked when you first started playing when you first did the Alliance quests. So you hit there, it's going to say Alliance power, effectiveness, blah blah blah, and you get a higher one. Your prestige goes up the more Alliance quests you beat. So let's go here and alright, so we've got 12 players playing right now, which is not that many at all, but that's okay. So right here we've got a full battle group, and that's the one I'm in. But battle group 2, you can see there's only 2 people playing it, and you see something called Spectate. So Spectate is basically where you just press it, and you can just view what it is the people in that battle group are doing. You can also communicate with them so that you can strategize with them to tell them, like, hey, somebody go do this, somebody go do that, so on and so forth. So you can use Spectate in a really cool and interesting way. And I know that this actually looks really, really complicated. And quite frankly, it probably is very, very overwhelming to anybody who's looking at it just from the get-go at first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to my battle group, the one that I'm in, the one that's kind of sort of complete, but not really. And just go over some basic stuff about the battle group itself. Not the battle group, but the the quest and the things that you're going to see in Alliance quests. And you're going to see something called a link node in your Alliance quest. Oh, there we go. Alright. So, here's the cool thing. You only get 5 energy to move about the board, or move about the map. So, That's the not cool thing. Now the cool thing is, as players move on the map, you can actually follow their paths and it doesn't burn energy. And so I think that's really cool. So you hit here, and you can only bring 3 champions, and these 3 champions are locked in the battle group until the Alliance quest is over. So as you can see, I can't use my Superior Iron Man, my Wolverine, or my Black Panther in anything else for another 6.5 hours. And if you press this here, press the shield, it gives you info on who's in the battle group, how many points everybody has scored, so on and so forth. And then you can see items. You can see who can still use items, who can't use items. So for example, I can only use 4. Mr. can only use 6. Vegeta can only use 10, so on and so forth. Then you can check everybody's health to see how well everybody is doing. As you can see, I'm kind of low, but that's because I took on a really hard Juggernaut who still had link nodes attached to him, like a dumb idiot. So, but anyway, now this is what I'm referring to with link nodes. If you press that button, scroll up, you can see these little purple waves of energy. And the direction towards which these purple waves are going tells you who's receiving some sort of bonus or some sort of increase. So let's just look at this guy towards the bottom right. And you can see that he's sending a link node to Spider-Man. So press him, and it says outgoing. So he's sending Spider-Man the ability to bleed, 200% attack and bonus, and then heal block. So if you've got somebody who can heal, Spider-Man's block. This guy is sending it to Spider-Man to block it. So, and then Spider-Man himself, somebody almost took him out. It would have been much easier for that person to take out the Spider-Man if somebody had first gone for this guy. So when you're playing these Alliance quests, the 3 things that you need to remember is, first and foremost, spread out. You really don't need to follow the same path as somebody else. In fact, you probably really shouldn't. But what you should do is you need to kind of communicate with your Alliance to see who's got the champions to take out a certain area, because there are link nodes everywhere, and really you should take out the link nodes before you go after the sort of mini bosses. So as you can see there, the only reason I haven't taken on this Juggernaut, and I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see, is because Juggernaut has still got 2 link nodes on him. And because he's got 2 link nodes on him, you can see that his rating is 8569, which I would get decimated over, which is why I haven't tried to take him on. But if my Alliance is able to take out the Hulk and the Spider-Man around him, Juggernaut would lose those linked nodes, and then he would lose some of that rating, but not all of it, because let's press Juggernaut, and so Juggernaut's got a lot of stuff on him. So let's hit this local node. He's got True Strike, attacks ignore armor resistance and invasion. Critical damage 100%, 28% critical rate, heal block, 300% attack and health, 200% health. Basically, he's a beast. He's ridiculously overpowered, and to be able to stop him, you've got to take out all the nodes around him to lower him, get him weak enough, and then try to go after him with preferably a science champion, if you've got one, because he's an awakened mystic. So, but yeah, so make sure you guys spread out. There's no real need to follow anybody else. Do not jump into battles with mini bosses before the local nodes are not the local nodes, the linked nodes are taken out. Otherwise, you're going to get decimated. I don't know if this applies to people who have like complete max out 4-stars, but I mean I've got a 4-star that's half of the way there, and I mean he still gets kind of ripped apart. So, but so that's two things, and then the last thing is talk to your alliance, and don't have whatever you do. Don't like try to take on again. I took on this Juggernaut and the first Juggernaut, and my most powerful champion that I brought here is my 4-star superior Iron Man. And it would have been a lot easier if we had just put a science champion against him and taken out the nodes before we started. So I think when we redo this alliance quest, we're going to make sure that everybody takes out every single local node before we go after the mini-bosses. And that's how it should be done. So spread out, don't take on the mini-bosses until the local nodes are done, and communicate with your alliance. So if you guys have any more questions about the alliance quests, I will be happy to answer them now that I can make videos again. I'm so happy about that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was somewhat educational for you. So everybody, if you're playing the alliance quests, good luck with them, because they're very... This one in particular is pretty difficult. As you can see, we still have a whole nother section that we won't even get to because everybody's just already drained because we didn't really communicate, we didn't really play the way that we should. So, but next time we do this, I think we'll be in a much better position. Anyway, I am username Avis Quinn. Thanks for watching, you guys.